Imagine being able to eat in a restaurant or walk in the park with your children without the worry of getting exposed to smoke from cigarettes. We currently do not have the luxury everywhere in the United States. Therefore, I am here to talk to you about the issue of public smoking here in South Carolina. Can you believe that only 27 states in the United States have issued a statewide smoking ban? And South Carolina is not one of them. Only a number of counties in South Carolina have a public smoking ban in restaurants, workplaces, and recreational areas. There are still some counties that have no smoking laws enforced. It is important to change our current policy on smoking and enforce some sort of statewide smoking ban to reduce the risks of tobacco and secondhand smoking. This issue is important and should not be taken lightly. Tobacco is one of the leading causes of death in the United States, as well as in South Carolina alone. This is alarming because death from tobacco use can be easily prevented. About 20% of the adult population in South Carolina, which is over 683,000 individuals, smoke cigarettes. Because of the high percentage of smokers in the United States, there is also a major risk of secondhand smoke. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, secondhand smoke causes an estimated 46,000 deaths from heart disease and 3,400 lung cancer deaths among U.S. non-smoking adults each year. This particular policy has three main plans of action that should be enforced in this state. The first plan of action is that there will be a smoking ban in all restaurants and bars throughout the state. The second plan of action will be a smoke-free policy that will be enforced in all workplaces and office buildings. Smoking will be banned within 20 feet of all office buildings. And finally, the third plan of action is that a tobacco-free policy will be enforced in all city-owned, county, and state parks and recreational areas. Imagine how much healthier our environment would be if these plans were enforced. The smoking policy in South Carolina needs to be changed. The current policy option is left up to the local governments of all the counties in the state. This is not the best way to approach the issue at hand. A smoking ban needs to issue statewide. This will be cost-effective and can eventually reduce the prevalence of diseases caused by smoking and secondhand smoking. There might be some arguments against this statewide smoking ban. One includes the issue of freedom. People may think that this policy will deny the basic rights of smokers. But people will still be able to smoke, but only in their private homes and in designated smoking areas, where they won't risk others. They will still have the right to smoke. Another argument states that banning smoking in all restaurants and bars will have a negative financial impact. However, most restaurants and bars saw no change in business after smoke-free laws, and some actually had a positive financial impact. In fact, research shows that in counties and states that have tobacco-free restaurants and bars, these restaurants and bars saw a rise in business. This policy will lead to many good consequences. First off, it will reduce the risk of getting exposed to secondhand smoke. Also, tobacco-free buildings can save around $728 per 1,000 square feet each year in maintenance costs. A smoke ban in offices will also result in an increase in productivity in the workplace and also reduce legal liability. Parks and recreational areas that are tobacco-free provide a safer environment for children and can also reduce the amount of littering from cigarette butts. Also, smoking regulations can also lead to smokers reducing the number of times they smoke each day and may eventually lead to them quitting altogether. Don't you want to live in a healthier environment? Don't you want your children and family to be able to go to a restaurant or park without having to worry about secondhand smoke? This policy will ensure all of these things. Less people will be susceptible to secondhand smoke, which will not only lead to a reduction of diseases caused by secondhand smoke, but also will result in less liability issues for some workplaces. Also, a smoking ban in parks and recreational areas will allow children to be free to play in a smoke-free environment, which reduces the issue of secondhand smoking in children. So please consider the benefits of enforcing a statewide smoking ban. It can lead to South Carolina being a healthier and a tobacco-free state and can improve the health and quality of lives for citizens here. Thank you for your time.